The church was filled with flowers, lilies and carnations and orchids. You know how Amalia loved orchids.
Those weren't orchids.
They were orchids, Irene.
Flags.
Orchids. I know an orchid when I see one. Purple orchids. Oh, and that smell. Grace, that smell. What was that smell? It was like...
Flowers?
No. It was like heaven. I was gonna say it was like heaven.
Like heaven? You know, it was just a funeral. You're making it sound like some Valentino picture.
It wasn't just a funeral, it was Amalia's. And it was beautiful. You should have seen it. The church was like the botanical gardens, and the company sent a big spray of flowers too. Carnations.
Mums.
Yellow carnations.
Those were mums.
Well, it sounds like a nice service anyhow.
Girls, the whistle's already gone. Now then, I've received new instructions for this day, okay? We are going back to the old way of pointing the brushes. We were losing too much paint in that cloth.
But
Yes, Grace? Is there something you wish to say?
Dr. Vansashaki told me not to do that. He said it's unsanitary.
Unsanitary. I can't hardly believe you'd say such a thing. We've done this as long as I've been here. You must have misunderstood him.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're not to get new brushes until you're done with the old. They have to be so bad that they can't even get a point anymore.
You can't be quota like that.
Well, you do your best then, since I have my instructions.
Well, I need a new brush.
It's not for us to be asking questions now, is it? It's for us to be doing the work.
I have my instructions. Girls, I have my instructions.
Here's an instruction for you, Miss McNeil. Let some of the starch out of your corset.
Was she at the service?
Miss McNeil, you think she crossed the street for her own mother?
Most everybody else was, though. He was about the only girl from the floor who wasn't there.
I wanted to come, but Mom was working and I had to watch over the little one.
You could have brought him.
All 7?
Well, if it was me, I'd try to get there.
Stop hassling her. She feels as bad as it is.
Were many of the fellas there?
Oh yeah, lots of fellas from downstairs. Mr. Roth from the front office, Dr. Monteshaki was there, and Mr. Reader.
Andy left early.
So, he was there all the same. Oh, and Grace, you know that fellow from crystallizing? What's his name? The one with the red hair? He was there, you know who I mean?
The tall fellow with the freckles?
That's the one who snaps his fingers all the time.
George.
Jerry.
I think it is George.
Jerry Mallett, the one who was always talking to Amalia in the day room.
Oh, that's right. And Grace, when the mass was over, he goes over to the coffin and like this. He goes,
No.
yes.
Really?
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Well, he did. Nobody could believe it.
So what if he did?
So what? He was in love with her, that's so what. Don't you think so, Grace?
Well, if he did that, I guess so.
And can you imagine? If he loved her and never told her, never could bring himself to say, because he was so shy and she was so beautiful. And now it's too late. It's too late. Their love is forever thwarted. He loves her and he'll never get the chance to tell her ever again.
Poor Amalia.
Poor Amalia.
Poor kid.
Her family took it awful bad, Grace. Albina, Quinta, everybody, every one of them crying. Even her father crying so bad. I've never seen a man cry before. And not like that, just bawling like a baby.
And you know why, too?
Because their daughter had died.
What she died from.
I mean, don't go spreading stories.
It's not a story. There's no reason Grace shouldn't know.
No what? No what? Amalia?
Ain't it awful?
His father, they say that his daughters are fit to be tied to him forever, all because she up and died from syphilis. Shh. Can't help that's what she died from.
You don't know that for sure.
It's on the death certificate.
Anemia, complications from syphilis.
But Amalia was ever so nice.
Guess she got around more than we know.
Maybe there was a mistake. Maybe the doctor got it wrong.
Really?
He could have got it wrong. Doctors are wrong. Sometimes.
That's true. Doctor was wrong about Aunt Ivy.
What's Mama got to do with it?
Irene, don't you remember? Up until the day she died, doctor said Aunt Ivy would be fine. Said take a cup of tea, get a good night's rest. And 2 days later, we was taken her to Rosedale Cemetery.
Girls, your attention, please. The gentlemen are here to make an announcement.
Thank you, Mrs. McNeil. Girls, they're trying to put a few rumors to rest.
And to explain some changes, yes?
As a few of you may have heard, Dr. Vasashaki is stepping down, and he wanted to take this opportunity
To make a goodbye, as Mr. Reader has finally consented, some of you, I have noticed you were little girls coming in during the war, paying 200, 300, some of you 500 dials a day. When this company, I started in my own kitchen mixing paint, I knew I found something miraculous, that you would have better. And now, what do I see? More and more uses for radium to make life better, more than I could possibly dream of.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. Now, girls, as the doctor is a very busy man, let's wish him good luck on his new business ventures. Very good thing,
And
girls.
let's withdraw congratulations to Mr. Reader as he steps forward as company president.
Thank
When
you.
Mr. Reader came to me 4 years ago, I saw a man with great enterprise
Thank
and
you.
great ambition.
Yes,
Little
thank
did I guess the direction in which his ambition would take, but so is one of the many great things about this country. When a man and his friends can step forward and take advantage of the opportunities in front of them.
New direction.
With the slowdown in dial painting,
Now,
the business
Doctor.
moving to the medical market, there are going to be some changes around here, yes?
What the doctor is referring to is a few of our larger customers are setting up their own dial hitting studios.
Which means less work for our girls here.
In the short term, it'll be slow around here, but the Waterbury Clock Company in Connecticut needs help setting up its new studio. We're intending on making an announcement next week, but I guess we'll make it now. Mrs. McNeil,
Well, we're thinking on sending some of you girls on up there.
I assume you have a few girls in mind.
Yeah, Louise Conlon was one, Sarah Deutsch, Lana McCarthy, and, Catherine Shaw. I have the entire list downstairs. Shall I post it today?
Great. Well, there you have it, girls. As we're all very busy and on the clock, let's get back to work.
Goodbye, girls. My best to you.
It's back to work with you, girls.
You gonna do it, Catherine? You gonna take that job?
Would you, Grace? Would you go to Connecticut?
Oh, I don't know. It's awfully far from home. Tommy would have a fit.
Come on, Grace, it'd be fun. Wouldn't it be fun, Irene? Irene?
Irene? Honey, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be fine?
Your mouth is bleeding.